Last week, I had the opportunity to sit down with Belinda and Jim Taylor, owners of the Flight Plan Wine and Tapas Bar, one of my favorite restaurants in Huntsville, Alabama. Their wine tasting concept is perfect for this foodie. Whether it's date night, a foray into the world of wine, or trying some tasty dishes, you'll experience a little bit of Europe right here in North Alabama. Hi, thanks so much for joining us here today for Talking Travel with Wendy. I am with Belinda and Jim Taylor of the Flight Plan here in Huntsville, Alabama. Thanks for being my guest today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. I love the restaurant. You know, I love it because
you're here quite a bit.
I'm here quite a bit.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourselves and how it got started.
So I was in the pharmaceutical industry for 28 years.
Okay.
Traveled quite a bit. Everywhere I went, I would seek out wine bars because I love wine. Really liked the whole atmosphere and learning about new wines. And when the plant I was at here in Huntsville shut down, I decided I wanted to follow my dream and open my own wine bar. And every good wine bar has good food.
Yes.
And so Jim had been cooking for me for 28 years. Otherwise, my family would have starved.
Okay.
I knew Jim was a great chef, so I talked him into doing this with me.
Excellent. And where did you come up with the idea, the Flight Plan? Because you offer individual tastings, right?
Themed flights. Yes. Take a flight. So that's really the funnest part of Flight Plan, I think, is being able to taste different wines that all have a common theme and learn about wine and enjoy wine at the same time. Great. But it was actually Jim who came up with the name.
Yeah, I took the concept of wine flights, and I'd spent the last 3.5 years at Space and Rocket Center working out there.
Okay.
Worked with Top Gun pilots, astronauts, shuttle members.
Wow.
And it was kind of cool to take the concept of Rocket City and flight, put them together with Flight Plan. So a little play on the words there, and came up with the name, title, Flight Plan. Okay,
so let's talk about your menu. I love your menu. And they're kind of small portions to go along with the tasting.
Yeah, so tapas traditionally originated in Spain, Andalusia region, southern Spain. And the word tapas means to cover in Spanish. So what happened was in the past, you would sit at a bar outside, you get your glass of wine, a macchiato, a sherry, and you'd be outside, insects get in your glass, they give you a little plate with, on top of that plate would be either some meat or cheese or bread. You'd take that plate and put it on top of your glass or cover or tapa your glass, which is where tapas came from. Fortunately, as time progressed, tapas went from a small plate of cheese or meat or bread to more advanced, more ornate, more specialty type items. And so I took that play on tapas and devised the menu around smaller portions, but with things that give you a flavor that match and pair well with the beer or with the wine, and sure, just to kind of bring it all together.
So what are some favorites on the menu that people...
Our scallops sell a lot.
Okay.
We do a in-house coconut ginger sauce on top of those. They're beautiful scallops. I have a great provider for those. My pork belly, advised especially rough the pork belly, and that's another one of our good sellers. Stuffed dates, which starts out as usually an appetizer. It's a Spanish serrano chorizo, stuffed in a date, wrapped in bacon, deep fried with a balsamic glaze on the plate. Beautiful dish there. Fried deviled eggs are another one. So it took I tried to make a very diverse menu.
Sure.
They'll cover many different tastes, many different flavors, and many different styles of cooking, which was really fun to come up with. And so those are some of the ones I really enjoy putting out there.
But you also have some starters too. The charcuterie boards, we get that every time we come, and I love the olives. They're so addictive.
Yeah, so I take we marinate them here in house. We put a little citrus, put a little rosemary, do a little work on them, so they work out well.
Yeah, they're nice, and they pair really well. I like the Italian Tuscan flight. That's like my favorite, so I typically order that here. Although last night I had the Sangiovese. Quite good.
Puts us in a good mood.
I know. So tell me a little bit more about your special events, and I understand you have a brunch now on Sundays.
Really born out of the situation we're in right now with the pandemic.
COVID, yeah.
We started doing virtual tastings. People can come in, buy 4 bottles of wine that are featured on one of our wine flights,
Okay.
and take that home or take charcuterie home. And then on a Sunday, about 3 o'clock, it's kind of like drinking with Belinda. We do on Facebook or Zoom, we'll do our little casting, and I will go through each wine and describe them, talk about the vineyard and the winemaker and all that, and drink along and describe the wine. Kristen Lindelow, who is a wine educator, has also been tasting with me, trying to make it more interesting. So we've been doing that. We also have our Golden Wings Wine Club, where we have 4 wine dinners a year, 5 courses. Jim prepares things that are not on the menu, a special menu.
Yes.
And I pair a 4-ounce glass of wine with every course. So 5 4-ounce glasses of wine and the wine dinner, and people have a fabulous time. Do that 4 times a year. And then also we have a happy hour just for the wine club members every Sunday, and have
4th Sunday of the month.
4th Sunday of the month, right. And so in addition to that, we have our frequent flyer program. So every time you visit, all right, you get points.
Yes.
And then when you get to 200 points, you get $10 off your check. So people are really taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
All right. And
Yeah, we signed up for it.
Great.
Because I knew that you knew you would be here.
and then of course our happy hour. We do happy hour Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 4:30 to 7. And it's 20% off all of Belinda's favorites on the back page of the menu. Also, all beer, 20%. So,
What are some, I know that you're following the health regulations from the state when I'm here. So everyone is wearing a mask, and the servers as well as Jim, every time I see you walking around.
My kitchen staff as well.
we're really going above and beyond. I was in the pharmaceutical industry, as I told you. I'm very educated about how microbial contamination spreads. And so I've implemented some of those practices above and beyond what maybe other restaurants are doing.
great.
We sanitize the restroom after each patron goes. So we keep it locked, and when it's not locked, that means it hasn't been sanitized. So we keep it keyed and locked. Yes, we have a patio. As long as the weather cooperates, we're going to keep using that patio.
Excellent.
And then we're looking into getting heaters as well. So for those that are still anxious, I understand.
Absolutely.
And I hope we use a patio. I will do whatever I need to do to make sure people are comfortable at Flight Plan. So, you ask about future plans. We just, this Tuesday, have put out a new catering menu.
Okay.
So people that want to do family style can look at our catering menu and come in, pick it up. We also have Rocket City Delivered, who's a new delivery service that's servicing Southeast Huntsville.
Perfect.
For $10, they will also deliver. So we're doing things like chicken salad, meatloaf, meatballs, pork belly by the pint
Just in time
and by
for
the pound.
holidays, that's perfect.
I am hoping that people say, you know what, family are coming in, or you know what, I just don't want to cook the day before Thanksgiving. Let's order from Flight Plan. We have a very wonderful lady named Mariah Fordham who takes care of my Facebook, my Instagram, our website, and she is constantly updating that. Flightplanwine.com. So www.flightplanwine.com is our website. And then Flight Plan Wine Huntsville is our Facebook page.
Okay.
And so our menu is on our website. All of our menus are lunch. Oh, I should mention, lunch is from 11 to 2.
Okay.
We close from 2 to 4:30. And then we're back open again in the evening, 4:30 to 9. And we stay open to 10 on Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, excellent. Can you buy bottles of wine to go?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Started this as a wine and beer concept, and it'll probably be that for some time.
Do mention some of your beers, because my husband is a huge fan of the smoked beer, as well as I know you have a couple of Belgian too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Being a beer guy as well, I love beer. I love wine.
Yeah.
Yes, I love whiskeys.
Equal opportunity.
So I wanted to have beers that are the epitome of the example of styles of beers on the menu. So I change those out almost as frequently as Belinda changes her wine.
More
finds.
frequently. Yeah.
Based upon just usage. So I try to cover the style. So I have like saisons, I have the nice Belgian triples, I do doubles, I'll do some local beers as well because I want to represent what we have available here in Huntsville. My plan is one time to have one of the local breweries actually do a smoked beer for me. And I'll name it after Belinda's beer.
Well, I was super eager to share your place with the locals here in Huntsville, but I do want to let people know that if they're here traveling for business, that the flight plan is definitely someplace. Would you recommend making reservations?
On Friday, Saturday night, I would say it's very recommended to do reservations. Our website, you can actually do it on the website, make a reservation, or you can call us.
Okay. So thank you so much for having me and being my guest on Talking Travel with Wendy. You know I'm going to see you soon.
Yes, yes,
so much.
and we appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have much more content on my website, travelwithwendy.net, and you can also support this channel by becoming a Patreon patron. The links are below. Remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.